Behind every street and every soul in Portsmouth, there's a story waiting to be told. Ptown dives deep into raw realities and untold triumphs of a city that refuses to be forgotten.
First of all, I would like to state that his coming to the ministry at 8 years old, that his being here, it was such an inspirational, with his being here, working with the youth department. At about 10 years old, it was prophesied that he would be the minister of the church. He would lead the ministry by our second pastor, Reverend S.M. Jenkins. After that time, with his being involvement with the youth and the choir, we knew that was a special calling upon his life. Throughout his ministry of the church, he worked diligently, ensuring that some things were going on with our youth department. When he became minister, being ordained and licensed, he went away, he came back, and he led this ministry for 35 years.
He motivated me to be persistent in all of my endeavors, making sure that my faith would be strengthened without hesitation.
In grade school, we were taught the separation of church and state. But Pastor Blount believed that without the church, there wouldn't be a state. So when the city of Portsmouth had major unjust, as it shared with the monuments against some of our political figures in the city, Pastor Blount stood with these people to let them know that there is a community of faith that will support them in whatever they do. I am so proud to have been a member of this church, to stand with Pastor Blount as he stood with many of our faith and political-based figures.
The fact that he was able to attract people and make them feel welcomed in whatever he was participating in and whatever he thought we needed to participate in. He was one who thought that everybody had a place in whatever community involvement, whatever involvement there was in the church. He made people feel welcome. I think that his greatest strength was making people feel welcome. He was never rude, he was always kind. He was always in a spirit of making people feel like they wanted to be around him.
Oh, listen, here we are in the promised land, and the time has come for them to divvy up the inheritance.
Reverend Blount was a godly man. He loved the Lord. He was a family man. He loved his family and his church family. Reverend Blount was also humorous, and that's what made him easy to deal with, because he would take something that would hurt you and have you smiling. He was just loving.
When I think of Pastor Blount, I think of service above self. Many people don't know that Pastor Blount, whenever we had deaths in the community, he would open his church up for those funerals and wouldn't charge the families anything. Now, they didn't have to be members of the church, but he was always someone who made himself available for people who were in need. For me, that's how I address constituents as a school board chairman, but also as a leader in church and in the community, putting yourself beyond and behind the needs of the people.
He took care of things. He was a home man, He took care of things in the home, the water heater, the grass. Now, everyone in the neighborhood knew him because when he went to cut the grass, it was a 5 to 6 hour process all day. He was very meticulous about his grass. He edged it. We have the greenest grass in the neighborhood. It's beautiful. He took care of his house. You could see him anytime painting. You could see him anytime up on a ladder on the outside and the inside as well. And something that people didn't know about him is that I hate to wash clothes. When we were in the hospital, everybody left because I said, now who's gonna wash my clothes? Because he always washed clothes, and he not only did the wash, he would fold them and put them away. Yes, he had a different persona here at church, but in our household, he took care of things. He believed in having everything in order. He could cook. You know, I would cook mostly, but he could cook. I never fried fish. He could fry fish. My daughter would call and say, Daddy, please, let's fry some fish, you know. And we knew he would take all day, but he would fry the fish.
Thank you now for this moment, this preaching moment. Thank you, O God, for the watchman upon the wall here at this church we call Grove, Dr. Melvin Mariner, for 35 years of ministry, leading and guiding your people. Now, God, we look unto you because we believe that there is a word for us. There's a word that will speak to us, a word that will inspire us, a word that will motivate us, a word that will empower us for the journey that is yet ahead of us. So we simply say, oh God, have your way now. Give us receptive hearts. Have your way now, God. Do surgery on us. Have your way, God. You know what we need. Speak unto us now. And we shall be grateful and thankful. We shall give you praise and we shall exalt your name.
Reverend Blount would be pleased, I believe, at knowing, just like in Psalm 118, verse 22, that talked about how the stone that the builders had thrown away had become the chief cornerstone. Those people in our communities that have been rejected and tossed aside and thrown away and forgotten about, I think Reverend Blount would be happy to know that we're continuing to fight to make sure that those very same individuals become the chief cornerstone for the future that we're headed in.
I absolutely do, because he supported me in every election that I ran. You might not remember this, but when I first ran for city council, my first two fundraisers were at the pavilion at his church. So he supported me then. He supported me for my first election to treasurer. He's always given wise counsel and been a person that I could always go and talk to about whatever was going on in my world or his. So I truly believe that if he was here today, he would be here today and speaking good words to and about me.
Beyond him being a preacher, him being a pastor, he was my friend. I'm trying to say this now without tearing up, because we did everything together. We went golfing together, we traveled together, we cried together, we prayed together. There were things sometimes he went through with his church, I was going through here, so we could always bounce off each other. What's funny, he died in January. A couple of Mondays ago, I literally picked the phone up to call him like I normally talk to him every Monday. Once I realized that he wasn't there, I hung the phone up. Thank God his wife, she called back and she understood why I had called. But it's rough. I really, if I can be honest with you, I still haven't recovered. As a pastor, as a friend, I still have days where I cry when I think about him, because he was my road dog. I got a lot of preacher fans. All of them are Kuwait, they're good people, but it was just something about Dr. Blount that we just connected. And he was always here, always had him preaching. And so, will he be missed? I think I think the preaching community misses him. The pastors misses him. New Mount Olive really miss him. And the community right there in County Street. I said this at this homegoing service. We played golf quite frequently when we had a chance to play. I asked him one time we was on the golf course. I said, "Man, why are we using 2 golf carts?" He's like, "Man, the game will be faster." I said, "Man, I don't care if the game fast. You don't need 1 cart." The reality, he was cheating. What he would do, he would tee off. I tee off. Then he get in his cart. I saw his ball go off into the woods. He'll get way over there and say, "I found it." I'm like, come on, man. So that right there is gonna be edged in my heart that he liked to cheat playing golf. You know, one, cause I'm serious, not being facetious. He probably beat me twice out of all the times we played, but I always beat him. So he found a way. He found a way to win, or he came close to winning. But those moments on the golf course really sticks in my mind. I'm gonna always remember that. He was a good brother, man. He liked to have fun. Whatever, you know, with all that burdens that he had, with all the frustration, with all the weight of ministry, he was that one that, as a pastor, nobody out there understood. Because you do know, pastors can't go to their congregants, because their congregants, even their staff, don't have a clue of the weight that the pastor carries. Sometimes pastors make what works and bills getting paid look easy, but they don't have a clue. And Blount had a clue. Not only did he, bounce off of me, he helped a lot of young preachers. I mean, just poured into their lives and shared with them, man, that when it looks like it's over, when it's looked like you're gonna lose, he encouraged me. You're not gonna lose. It's a fixed fight. And at the end, you win. That's my dude right there.